My name is Jonan Bwire, and I would also like to welcome some people who are following us on Family TV, especially my family at home, my wife Prose and children. They are following me on television as I am speaking now. And I would also like to say thank you for the families of the 4 families I always talk about. The family of Rotary, Bwire Central, they are also following me. And the family of the church, they are also following me. And all my OBs, my OGs who are following this live program, I would like to say thank you so much for following us on Family TV. Today, I also condole with those who have lost their loved ones, especially to our friend Tamale Mirundi. He is one of our mentor in politics, and the person we desire to always listen to. So we condole with the family and all the Ugandans. We have lost a very important person. So I will say may his soul rest in eternal peace. And thank you today, Edrine. We are handling a very sensitive and a very good topic.
Exactly. So interesting.
Which affects everyone.
Exactly.
Everyone.
Exactly. We are looking at the 4 enemies to defeat on your path. You know, when you talk about enemies, everyone has their own interpretation of the word enemy. Some people think it is their neighbors that are hindering their progress. Others think maybe the aunt they left in the village, or someone who doesn't wish them well is their enemy. So really everyone has their own interpretation of the word enemies. But today, just to start with, I think you take us through some of the 4 enemies that hold us back from achieving greatness.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're looking at those 4 enemies that we should defeat on our path to greatness. And this, I believe this is everyone's trail.
True.
Everyone wants to be,
I'll first dig back. As we always see, our program is always looking at the family finances and wealth. So when we are talking about the 4 enemies, we're not talking about the individuals, but we are talking about in the line of finances and wealth. You see, we've been talking about the entrepreneurs in the past few weeks, but we have people who are also not entrepreneurs. They may be working for someone to generate the capital to begin and do other businesses, but we have the enemies which are hindering them to get there. So as we go in the 4 enemies, we must know that our main aim here today is to know how to make our money make money for us. So the 4 enemies, we are on Family TV. Some words maybe I'll have to mention them, like you know, it's a Christian station. But I will say, because these are the things which are hindering people to progress.
And you know, sometimes facts are bitter. But you have to face reality.
One of the first biggest enemy is multiple relationship. Multiple relationship.
Someone was saying kubawunya
and sex. You get that? As we go to work, you will always find these people. You always find beautiful, handsome men around that workplace. But one of the things which hinders people to progress is falling in love with the people who are their subordinates. You are supervising a person, comes at work, eventually you fall in love with that person. Remember, after falling in love with this person, the relationship will go on. And this is where managers have come to fail in management. They will fall in love with a subordinate, but they will fail to supervise that person. Sex becomes an enemy, a very greatest enemy for someone to succeed. You will find that a manager is at work, but the assistant is a concubine. You get that? So instead of commanding worker to go on successfully, of course he will fear after sharing the bed with this person. They will not do anything productive. Both of them will be fearing each other. When they come to work, they will begin to fear what happened at home. They want to transfer it here.
Not even home. In the guest house.
In the guest house. they want to transfer it here, and someone want to show that you have been mine, I know you, and you cannot supervise me. So we'll use another person to try to supervise this person, but it will be very late. At the end of the day, all the money you are getting, you are using it. Edrine, today, as I tell you, as we discuss this point, there are very many people who are earning a lot of money. Today, they are earning a lot of money. But you may find that the lot of money they are earning, they are spending that money in women. They are spending that money in men. Just looking for one thing, which cannot satisfy their life and which cannot make them to progress. So, having multiple relationships is one of the hindrances to success. As people plan to go on with money, they must also plan to see that they chop off areas which limit them to succeed.
I had someone clapping in the transmission. I don't know whether they are clapping, rejoicing that, yeah, you're speaking all the... But I believe this is something that has beaten very many people.
Yes.
Surprisingly, yesterday we were having a casual talk with colleagues, and someone was saying that people you find they were rich, but they reach a time where they have to divide their resources, and most of the things they divide their resources into are not even productive. But because you want to appease this person, because you fear they'll speak out in public that you have an affair, so you have to subdue to their requirements and commands. And
one thing you have to understand is when someone is having a person, a manager here is having a person who is a subordinate, and they are having an affair with that person, will even force the manager to borrow money of the company to feed her. Because she will come and say, honey, I don't have money. Can I walk on foot or Uber? You get that? At the end of the day, this person...
The intimidation can be, oh, I can't tell the boss what is happening.
So at the end of the day, you will be in the forced prison to do things which are not real, and you find yourself in the first position as a manager. So as
and with that you are not budget.
Take four. As we plan to expand and to grow in our wealth, we need to understand that our enemies are just within us. They are not very far. They are not our neighbors, but they are in our mind.
Those that are among us.
Yes.
Jonan has had. That is so interesting.
Yes.
You know, this is something that looks minor or something that people don't pay attention to, yet it is really very, very strong.
Yes.
And I'm glad you talked about it as one of the enemies.
Yes.
It is a very serious enemy that is invisible.
There are young people watching us outside there.
Yes.
Someone might be earning 400,000 shillings. And this enemy, on the 400,000, before he pays rent, he's using the 400,000 to satisfy.
He has to pay rent of the other person. Before he
not even paying rent. The first thing is data. Then it goes to airtime. Then it goes to hair. Then it goes to fingernails.
Dresses.
Then dresses.
Shoes.
At the end of the day, the 500,000 you earn is not even able to do this person's budget. So we need to check our budget and avoid what I may call the bandwagon things which comes in our life. You see, in this world, Edrine, the truth is you never see the beautiful women and you get satisfied permanently.
Is it the reason why the English say that the beautiful are not yet born?
Because on every street you go, in every level you reach, everywhere you go, you find them, they are there.
So a young person might ask themselves, then what do I have to do? If I own this street, I see someone beautiful, the other side I see someone beautiful, as you walk around Kampala Road, you see someone, then William Street there is another one, then Chiembe there is another one.
We go back to discipline. Today, if you don't have money, you cannot eat in every restaurant. So we just go back to discipline. And understand that I've seen. You see, that's why the Bible say, we don't pray to control sexual immorality, but we flee. The Bible says, flee away from sexual immorality. But don't pray, don't fast, don't do what? Flee is a part of discipline. We can make you keep your money and grow financially and accumulate wealth.
I liked it when you said that if you don't have money, you can't eat from any restaurant.
You can't eat from any restaurant. But you pass by Cafe Javas and you find something, arroz, and you need to eat that food. But you control yourself and say, in my pocket I have
2,000. You don't even see the signpost and what?
I have 2,000 shillings. 2,000 shillings.
You just proceed as if you don't see the
Let me drop down to a window where I can get my budget. And you go there and you eat your food. You will not force yourself to enter in the other restaurant because you don't have that money.
There are those who are addicted to buying sex workers. When they have money,
problem, demons, many things are following them. I'll give a story. I had one of my relatives was getting a lot of money, was doing some sales and marketing, but was getting a lot of money. Like in every day, he could get like 500,000 in a single day. But this is a person who could go on the street and command, because he's a boss, he has money, he goes on the street and command, go and bring me one when he's at his home. You get that? Calls a border, bring me one. Not even himself, he has not seen that person. He doesn't know how he looks, how the other person looks, and go and bring me one. So at the end of the day, this person who used to get the 500,000 in one day, right now, if we find him, he's in a misery state. Because this job went away. He no longer gets that money. But right now he wants money. And he didn't save. He didn't invest. He didn't do anything for himself. So he's starving. So sex is the biggest enemy for financial growth.
Wow. Very, very serious. Very serious. I realize this is really a very, very big one.
Yes.
And like you said, if you do not tame it, then you may... You know, what I'm learning from what you're saying is that it gives you the short-term pleasure.
Yeah.
So you feel you are satisfied.
Yes.
But you don't look at the financial implication.
And after age, you need another one.
Exactly.
And after another one, you need another one. Meaning you never get satisfied. And your level of life will go on diminishing.
And then you become addicted.
You become addicted. Once it becomes an addiction to you, it becomes an enemy. And a bad enemy to you. And to the people behind you. Because all your finances will go.
What about enemy number 2?
Enemy number 2, we can talk about money. Money.
How can money be an enemy to money?
Money.
Mm-hmm.
That's the question we can...
Contradicting.
How can money be an enemy to money?
Exactly.
When we are working...
Because they say money attracts money. Now, for you saying money is an enemy to money.
Money is an enemy to money in such a way. When we are working in places sometimes where we are in contact with money. When you check some of the areas which are very risky in working, I can say like treasury, I can say like manager, I can say that's why you find those CEOs are the most people who are being arrested. Because they are the people who are interested to be accounting officers. So how can money become an enemy of money? When you have money and it is not your money, don't spend it.
Repeat it.
When you have money and it is not your money, don't spend it.
What if I have my hope that I have this 100,000, it's not my money,
yes,
but tomorrow I am 100% sure that I'm going to get, I have a deal I'm running after, I'm chasing, it is yielding 200,000, so I'll be able to pay back this 100. Can I still not use it when I have I have a pending need?
Discipline comes there. When you have money, as we talked before, money tends to do other things. So you must be disciplined to keep people's money without having a bad name with people's money.
How will they know that I've used their money, yet they have given me their money to keep it, and by the time they need their money, I already have it?
Edrine, today in today's life, very many people are in jail because of circle money, because of workplace money, because of church money, because of school money. You get that? So money can become a hindrance for your success if you don't use that money well. So if you're given money to keep that money for a purpose which it has been given to you. If you're working within an organization, never tamper with organization money to satisfy your personal desires. If you happen to tamper with organization money to satisfy your personal desires, you just know that you are gone. That's why I started with multiple relationship. When someone is having a multiple relationship and you're having an organization money, and you are forced to use organization money to satisfy the other person, money becomes a challenge for your success. At the end of the day, someone who is outside there, who is working with Family TV, has gone outside to get announcements in marketing. After going outside there, goes to a big company and gives him cash, not a check, and he fails to deliver the cash to Family TV. Don't you think that that person's job is going to go?
Someone says, now that I've got this money, they'll use it. Probably they have a deal they have to first work on. So they use this money, it multiplies, then they'll bring back what is supposed to be put in office, and then they'll have also gotten a profit. Now, how does that affect money?
We all have to agree that there's no easy way of getting money. The reason as to why money is scarce, it is very hard to get. Meaning someone has to struggle to get money. All people who have tried to use the shortcut to get money, they have ended in problems. So never imagine to use a shortcut to get money, but always try to use the right way to get money. You are going to succeed in life.
You talked about something, money being scarce. Of course, we've had these way back from school in commerce, in economics, they're telling us money is scarce. But in which sense is money scarce? Because I look at a situation where you have this money. Yes, well, it is not your money, you're supposed to keep it.
Yes.
But you have an opportunity to use this money to clear up something or to invest in something that is bringing profit on a sure deal. And probably by the time you're supposed to give back this money, the money is there intact. And I have also got my profit. Someone would say that is wisdom.
Mark your statements. To use this money on something, on some project which is ready and sure. You get that? Always.
But the money I'm using is not mine.
Yes. Always people who use organization money, they get excited. They are treasurers somewhere. They find that they have 20 million. Someone comes from nowhere and said there is gold somewhere. Once you put in 20 million, you're going to get 1 billion.
Let's take a short commercial break. When we return, we shall begin from there.
Family Hour, empowering families one episode at a time. Together, we build strong, healthy and thriving families with our daily dose of inspiration and expert insights on topics that matter, like education and career growth.
A child may be a good entrepreneur, but you're forcing the child to make sure that she passes sciences in order for her to be a what? A nurse.
Family health.
No one should one day tell you that, hey, since you have diabetes, you should not take Caro. That's a lie. There's what you call portion control.
Finance and wealth.
Keep track of your spending. And part of the spending, of course, as we said, be able to separate wants from needs. That's secondary.
Leadership and governance.
There are people who take on the political aspect and try to water down important, significant decisions we leaders take for the good of this country.
Not forgetting parenting.
Now you're raising kids or children who are in a totally different time. You get it. Those days your mother would just give you an eye and you know this is a problem.
Hey, they are visitors.
And it's just there are visitors
and
around.
Mom gives you this eye, you know?
Yes.
Catch more of this every Monday to Friday at 9 p.m.
Family TV, enriching lives.
Welcome back from the break. We are talking about the 4 enemies. The first enemy we talked about was the multiple relationships and affairs that you engage yourself in. Now we are talking about money as an enemy. And before the break, Jonah was explaining how some of us have fallen victims of Ponzi schemes out of excitement, simply because someone was, someone came and they convinced you, and because you're gullible,
yes,
you even run and get a loan from some circle or some money lender. Yeah. You put there your TV and woofers because you're supposed, you feel if you don't, and those people tell you the time is now.
Yes.
This is the only time you have earned, because when you go out and you share with your friends,
yes,
they'll discourage you. Yes. So just take up your mind.
And these people are very smart, Edrine.
So smart.
You find them, they are inviting you in a room with a good polished shoe, smart suit, good tie, hairstyle, and you say, my God, I should join this group.
I delayed.
Eh? I come from Busia. We have gold there in Busia. But getting gold, personally, I've failed to invest in that business because when I see the process of getting gold, is a very long process.
At one time, I interacted with the people near the Wagagai refinery, and they told me the process. I was like, wow.
The process is very long. Edrine, you can buy, like we are here right now, we're on the 13th floor. But you may find that from where we are here, someone is digging this building up to the parking lot, down there, and it still goes inside there. That's how you find that soil come and take over them. It's a very long process. Someone can move from here, they are following something, they go up the other side of Diamond Trust.
Wow.
You get that? Just looking for gold. And after looking for that stone, they go and wash, they crush that thing to get the minor thing of grams of gold. So, as we are discussing money, people should know that money coming is not just going to come. Money is something you have to work and work and work and multiply.
Money doesn't come instantly.
Instantly.
You didn't have money last night, you wake up with money.
And every money which comes instantly comes with a problem. Tell me how many people in town here, Kampala, those who have gotten money instantly, and ask where they are.
Some are dead.
Some are dead. Some are in Ruzira. Some they sold the whole land to rescue them. Some the neighbors and the neighbors and the neighbors, the loans are in the bank to rescue them. So when we are handling money, we must be very careful. Money which is not yours, please do it for that work. Don't use the money which is not yours to do your personal things. Sometimes we get excited and we put this money in things which cannot even make money. As we have been studying, a business is something you think about, is something you study, is something you research about, is something you know that you're going to solve someone's problem. But when you have money which is not budgeted for, which is not sought for, and you want to use that money for another purpose, you misusing it. And at the end of the day, you will not gain from that money. So people must be very careful as we are planning for our family finances and wars. They must be very careful and say money which is not mine must be kept in the area where it is supposed to be.
Because money will always tempt.
Yes. Personally, I'm a treasurer somewhere. I work in a finance office somewhere. But I cannot use the money from that finance office to gain my personal things. I cannot use money where I'm a treasurer to do my personal things. Sometimes when I need a loan and there is money there, I first bank this money to avoid the temptation of using it to do my personal things. And I send the receipts to my members to confirm that this money has been banked. Because that's the only assurance between me and them.
That's the discipline you talk about.
Yes, between me and them, to have trust in me that whatever I'm doing, I'm not using my money to multiply their money to multiply my things. But I can still use my money to do my own things and still succeed.
Wow, that is enemy number 2, money.
Yes.
What about enemy number 3?
Ego. Yeah.
How is ego related
to money?
To money. Okay.
Ego. Okay. Being proud is good. Being proud sometimes not good. Many people are too proud and arrogant to handle their clients. Once they get in an office, they become everything. I'm the boss.
We have a saying here in our peer circles that it is me who read the Bible, it is me who the minister, it is me, so everything is around you. You're the alpha and omega.
They will begin saying, I'm the boss. You get that? Once someone begins saying, I'm the boss, but remember there is a client who is listening to you.
Yeah.
And that client who is listening to you would like to give you more business. So in short term, you're chasing away this client from getting business from you. Because you are the boss. Seated and saying, I'm the boss. So ego sometimes, or many times, it kills our personal growth. Go anywhere and find these people who are too proud and check their financial status. And come down and check these people who are too humble. And check their personal status, financial status. You'll find that these people progress. And these ones, as they have ego, they progress financially and somewhere. If they are doing business, the two people are doing business, this one will be able to handle the clients well. The other one will chase away the client he has. Let's give an example to these small shops. We employ people who come to work for us. And you get someone, because you don't want to spend a lot of money to someone who is trained, educated, and what? You need to get someone who stopped maybe in P7, senior 2, senior 3, senior 4.
Who can at least
take the 200,000 or 150 and 10,000 for lunch. So when this person gets in the business, will not realize the importance of the person who is coming to buy. But will sit in the business knowing that I'm here to sell. Whoever comes and asks for me the price, I will tell him what I think. That's where you go to some offices or you go to some places to buy something, and you find someone is talking on TikTok with someone who does not know him or her, but is watching a video on TikTok and looking at you. Finally, will say, what do you want? As if that person is there to assist.
Sometimes they're not even on TikTok, they're in a long phone call.
Yes.
Which is not business related.
Business related phone call.
Maybe someone, a long-time friend has called, and so for you can be on hold.
One thing, as for me, what I've learned is, once I get to my workplace, my phone is in silent. Meaning whoever who cannot, whom I cannot see on the screen, I will not pick you. Because it will be distracting my work. If I'm getting 100 calls a day, will I have work? Will I do anything at work? No. So ego comes in many things. Someone comes in your office, you look at him from the doorway up to your desk. You are just looking at someone because he's not putting on well. You don't know where that person comes from. You handle that person as you want him to, him to be handled. At the end of the day, you are losing out. So people should avoid to be in too much pride. You shouldn't be too much proud when you want to succeed in life, because you need people. You need to associate. You need people around you. One thing I always tell is that you will never succeed alone. Even if you want, you will never succeed alone. Check all the multiple billion businesses we have. They are not alone, but they are partners in those businesses. How do they meet those partners? Some of them at their desk, just talking to someone, and someone sees value in you and say, I will work with you. I will do business with you. I have this, I will do it with you. So we should zero down our pride, our ego, and promote what we want, because we want to accumulate our finances and get worse.
Some people have come out to defend that it is not really ego, it is not even pride as you can think, but maybe someone is frustrated. They're going through depression. They have a loan that they are supposed to service. They are already out of the deadline, so they have a lot on their mind, and now you land into, I think the common word is you fall into their gaps. And then you get the real test of what they are going through. Not because they are proud, but because of what is running in their minds.
Yeah, that one can be there. But I always tell people that problem humbles people more than how they are. Yeah.
But the reverse is also true.
Today, check out the people who are at church. Go at any church and check the people who are there. They have ever had money, so they have gone to church, money went, they no longer have money, they have gone to God to see what is the problem.
Some are even complaining to God.
Yes, you get that? They have ever had money, but mismanagement, the things we are talking about, the ego, these things have followed them to some extent. And they have lost all their money. So they are asking, the devil entered in them and lost that money. So they are going back to God to get that money.
Deliverance.
And that's where this manipulator pastors comes in now. Because they have seen there is an opportunity. And as I told you before, whenever there is a problem, you get the solution. And whenever you create a problem for yourself, there will be a solution. Someone will come with a solution to get that problem covered.
But with another cost.
With another cost. You find that today, we have people who have ever had money. But the time they had money, he could go early in the morning, he goes to a restaurant, eats 35,000, he waits, he go to another restaurant at 11, eats some money. You find that person has more than 5 girlfriends. You find that person has more than 20 children. He's paying school fees this side, paying school fees this side. And at that time, he's very proud for himself because he is meeting all the budgets he has. But he is not saving anything. He is not investing anything. At the end of the day, when this job goes away, he will be having nothing. Not even like a piece of land where he can sell and rebuild himself.
Wow. What about the last enemy? As we draw close, I see time is running.
Yes.
But let's talk about the fourth enemy. You don't want to leave the fourth enemy behind.
The fourth enemy is excessive drinking.
Excessive drinking.
Drinking. Not drinking water, but alcohol.
I was already afraid because me, I take water.
Yeah, I also take water. But excessive alcohol.
Okay.
I will speak that. Excessive alcohol. Young people today, they fail to invest, but they can invest in the 6 bottles each day.
And some 3 for a friend.
Do you know a cost of each bottle? I think it ranges from 4,000 to 15 or 10.
Depending on where
you are. Okay, let's take a minimum price. That is 5,000. So
5 times 6, that is already 30,000.
Plus a friend
who will take 3. Sometimes friends take more than
and if it's a girl or a man on the other side, the opposite side, you just know that he will take more than 20, more than 5. Yes. So okay, let's still make 6.
That is already 60,000.
60,000. So if you are spending 60,000 every day, drinking is an addiction. You are spending 60,000 every day. If you keep that money every day for 1 month, 30 days, how much money is that? That's 1.8.
Yeah, 1.8.
If you saved 1.8 and you found something to do in 1.8, let me say in 1.8 you went somewhere, like in our place in Busia, and you bought some land and you left it there. And you wait for another month. and you go again to Busia and you buy another land and you leave it there. You wait for another month. By the end of the year, you'll be having how many pieces of land?
Around 12, yeah. If you're buying every year,
yeah,
every month.
Every month. That's drinking, excessive drinking. So if you're buying 12 pieces of land in 1 year, I think you'll be having much capital to begin any other business you want.
Exactly.
And that's where people fail.
What hurts is, on the very bottom, there are these words: excessive consumption of alcohol is harmful.
Yes.
Alcohol is not, I think it's not supposed to be sold to people below 18
below 18 years.
But they also, I mean, they put all the cautions there, but someone still buys it and takes it.
So things which steal our money are things which we have in our mind.
In the tribe where I come from, while people are taking alcohol, they even sing a song with a line that says, "Omwenge gwe gwawasa nnyabo." You can imagine. So someone is taking pride in drinking, not really thinking about this other cost that comes by
that drinking. So people should know that drinking and excessive drinking is draining you.
But how come someone fails to get money to buy food or to pay school fees for the children or to buy for them scholastic materials, and they get money to buy alcohol? Because they say someone has failed to get money to buy scholastic materials for the children, but they spend the entire week in the bar, they take to the maximum, they are drunk every day.
Yes.
Where do they get this money?
Because alcohol is addiction. They will force themselves to borrow the money. They will go to the neighbor, get the money. They will have many drinking points. Today they are here, tomorrow they are the other side. The other day, they are just side to create that relationship. And at the end of the day, after creating that relationship, they will be known. So they will begin drinking on credits. At the end of the day, they will accumulate this. I had a friend of mine was working in a very big organization and was being paid by that time around 12 million, which is a good money. He was using a company car. He was having medical. He was eating company food, meaning the 12 million was for him to build himself. As I speak right now, the best that person managed to do is to build a house in his village. He worked, he was at that job with a contract of 12 years. He finished the 12 years with the only thing, the house in his village. But he could drink every day and sleep there.
In the bar?
In the bar. And go back to change, to go to work.
Maybe he had frustrations.
No,
at home.
He was having much money. Today, as I
money was ordering him.
Yes. Today, as I speak today, we have some, I can say, science teachers whom the government increased the salary to 4 million shillings. But if you go to check all these science teachers, they are the one having problems. You know why? Excitement, or excessive drinking, multiple relationship. They got excited because of this money. And if you check those people who are not having excessive drinking, they have something they are doing. They have something they are doing. I have a friend of mine who always praises himself. I have acres and acres of land. I'm planting coffee. I'm planting coffee. Come, I take you, we plant coffee. You get that? So, when we have to multiply our finances, we have to check ourselves. Are we in this line of the 4 things we have mentioned today? And if we are in the 4 things we have mentioned today, and you've been getting money, and you don't know where that money has been going, check where the problem is.
What are your parting shots as we wind up this discussion?
Yes.
Because this is really a very interesting, discussion. And probably the things we've talked about here are things that someone would less give attention to. You know, sometimes we want to talk about the other financial literacy aspects, or some of the bookkeeping, budgeting, and what. And then we undermine these ones. Not forgetting that, forgetting that even if you keep your books well, as long as you lack the discipline of how you spend your money, you'll still find issues. But what are your parting issues?
My parting issues is like today, as we are discussing the 4 major hindrances to success, I would encourage people who are viewing us today on Family TV to check where are the problem in their life. You know, everything we are doing today is all about checks and balances. So today you must check on your finances and see where have you been putting your money. If you've been earning, let me say 200,000, you have budgeted for that money. You know where you want to put that money. Are you saving some money for investment? In this life today we are living, we live today, but tomorrow you don't know what will happen. So be a righteous person who is going to leave the inheritance for your children and grandchildren and grandchildren by investing something. I would like to tell someone who is viewing us, it is very pity to die and there's no one fighting for any of your assets. Leave things for people to fight for. As you prepare to end your life, you will be a successful person.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bwire Jonan. You know, when you say that it's a disgrace when when everyone says, what did you leave? What did he leave in the will? People say, so if you're poor, what will you include in your will? Of course, you have nothing to share amongst your children. But it's very, very important. Money, multiple relationships, ego, and drinking. Those are the 4 enemies we were talking about. Let us revise our expenditures. Let us revise the way we do things. Let us revise what we spend our money on if we want to achieve the greater heights, if we want to fulfill our dreams that we are chasing. Otherwise, I remain Edrine Austin Mukalazi. I've worked with Jonan Mwebembezi, Jonajal, and I've worked with Norman Conte, and very many other people out there. Of course, Jonan has reminded me that he's not Jonan Mwebembezi, he's Jonajal Wakali. Yeah. I'll make you happy this night by calling you Jonajal Wakali. But from the entire team, it's a good night. We meet again tomorrow.